I already went through that by myself.
Wait, what's the picture?
Hey, welcome. So we're talking about one of my all-time most embarrassing moments that happened last night when I was setting up this live stream. Fun fact for lives, I don't know if you've noticed how awkward the thumbnail pictures sometimes are. Oh, is this working? Yeah.
Smaller circles.
That's learning how to do a pour over. But they do a countdown and then they randomly take a picture. So last night I was setting up the live and I worked out. So I was pretty sweaty and no makeup, sitting in my messy office for mailing out shipping orders. And all of a sudden it goes 3, 2, 1. In the thumbnail, there was 3 of you that saw it because I know you were in the waiting room. Is me ducking down in front of my desk with my hand over my face. But I changed it very fast. So anyways, all-time embarrassing moment about this Christmas live. So enjoy that for the 3 of you that saw.
Which 3
Matt,
was it?
That
Like,
is
Matt's coffee mug is pretty epic.
that is
today.
pretty crazy though that you had to.
It was literally traumatizing. So
I
really
honestly
sorry.
don't know what I would do if it all of a sudden just started going. It's like, what
Like
do you?
you're just working at a desk by yourself, and then 3, 2,
You know,
and I literally
would-
just ducked.
See, that's where. One second. Big circle. Oh, wow. That's where I would say Ellen is like the most like on spot with the camera. So I think you would actually be like able to fix your hair and do a perfect smile just in that amount of time.
Now going forward, I know to like cover it with my hand. So, but in the moment, I literally ducked and put my hand over my mouth.
Slowly.
No, it was literally me almost all the way down.
Ellen
panicking.
just does like one of those little hand puppets. She's like, crack it out.
Anywho, that was traumatic. So our Christmas album was released last Friday.
Merry Christmas.
And we have loved all the wonderful things. I know there's so many out there that are Thanksgiving first. And I personally am not setting up my Christmas tree till after Thanksgiving, but it was
Same.
time for Christmas music.
But
So
we
it's out
do
there.
have Christmas trees on stage now.
Our stage is Christmas. Emmett, do you set up your Christmas tree before Thanksgiving or after?
Heck no.
She's like after Christmas.
After Christmas.
So our Christmas album is out. You can stream it. Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon,
YouTube.
It's on there. I think it's on Pandora. I'm not really sure. I just check all the boxes and I hope it shows up. So we've loved, if you guys have listened to it and you want to comment your favorite song in the chat, we would love to see what you guys have been enjoying. So yeah, let us know what your favorite song is.
I'm Santa.
I think I really love God Rest You Merry Gentlemen with Julianne killing it on the vote.
That was
a good
one of my favorites too. It turned out really good.
Yeah. I also, Emmett's version of What Child Is This is a really good one too. So anyways,
I also really like, I like a lot of these, which is probably a good thing because we're going to be playing them for 2 months. But
at least
I heard the bells. I really enjoyed how that also turned out on the album. And Emmett kind of added in, like, we have a little vocal. We all get to in the background. And that was kind of a last minute add. And it was really pretty. So I really like that. And I also love Melikaliki Maka.
Oh, that's a fun one.
My favorite is the fact that the bells on Christmas Time's a Coming.
Wow.
When we do the live version, Katie ordered in a legit like bell stick. And
I
so
have them.
do you want to go
Should
get
I
them?
Yeah,
This is you
Katie's
get more
been
Christmas
practicing
than
Christmas bells.
this. And Katie's not gonna like that I put this on her table, but it is what it is.
Ew, no.
What am I supposed to do?
Put it on a napkin.
I didn't see the napkins. Your computer was hiding them. Anyways, yeah. And so during the show, Katie has her fiddle, and then she also has this like you're about to see it, and then she has to like put her fiddle down and also balance the bells. And do I hear Christmas coming around the corner?
Santa?
Katie? No, another guy said Santa's already here. This is how we should have started the video. This should have been the picture.
Ah, dang it. Why is this not the thumbnail?
Oh, are they paying me to do this?
Somebody, Larry.
Wait, do we have
How
any
much
song
was that?
requests?
Yeah.
Requests for the bells.
Oh,
Whoa.
Larry, thank
$20.
you.
Yeah,
That's
it's-
awesome.
You've just paid for these bells. Thank you, Larry.
Oh, they're 25.
Oh,
Aw.
can we get
Well, somebody gave us money earlier, so we for sure covered the Christmas bells in this live chat.
Something with us in
It's-
Spanish. Hola.
This
¿Cómo
week is for
estás?
Katie.
Oh wait, did we have a song?
Did we have a song request for these?
Did you record those songs in the studio voices separate? Yes. Everything was tracked. I mean, there's like one big room where,
Acapella? We all kind of sat there. Well,
yeah, like Matt, Emmett, Mom, all were in the same room tracking instruments. Vocals were all separate except for the acapella. I think Katie and Mom were in the same room on the acapella song. So, but most of it was done separately, which makes it a lot easier when you mess up. So,
Yeah.
okay. Next thing is we are doing a Christmas online stream of our show in Branson. So if you guys tuned in for our last online stream of our Branson show, we are doing a Christmas one and you guys all requested it. We did not know if we would have time. Honestly, did not think we would have time to do this.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but we're making it.
we might
we're
not have
making it
time, but
happen.
it's still gonna happen.
We don't have time, but we are making time. So
Let's just say Julianne gets back from college and goes straight into our live show because that's when we have to record it. So,
yeah. So anyways.
so pray for Julianne.
Yeah.
She's practicing.
Jules, we're praying for you all of it.
Yeah.
So that's on December 20th, and I put a link to that show so you can go ahead and reserve your spot in the description of this video. But if you are one of our patrons, do not buy it yet because you are going to get a discount code on December 1st. So everybody else, go reserve your seat. Patrons, do not do it yet because you will get a much better price if you wait till the 1st. So I don't know how the live chat is going on here, but I did say something fun we've done this year, and we've talked about it some on these live chats, is during our live shows, we're not able to do meet and greets anymore. But we always love talking to people that travel to see us. So something we've done is we do a live question and answer portion in the show where we kind of open up the floor to any audience members if they have questions or comments or a funny story about our song or just anything. We love to hear from people. And we've started getting some similar questions through the shows, like very common things that people want to know. And I put some of the most common questions and answers on our website. But I also thought it'd be fun to kind of answer some of those here. So one of the most common questions is how many instruments do we all play? Matt and I, what you see is what you get.
Yeah, we're one-trick ponies, and we're barely holding on to our one instrument. I'm like guitar-ish.
Yeah, banjo survives.
I only can hold a banjo for a long time now, which is part of it.
The Christmas show, I don't get to put my banjo down.
Ellen's always like, after the show, she's always backstage going,
It's a heavy instrument.
and we're like, oh, come on.
Wait, is that why you're working out now?
Yeah, strengthening my back. To hold
Ellen
my
goes to
banjo.
the gym and just brings her banjo. And everyone else is like, you could do this at home.
My banjo probably weighs more than what I lift at the gym. So Audrey, if you're watching this, I'm sorry. Katie plays lots of instruments.
I mean, I mainly just play violin and piano, but my recent instrument is the bell.
That's so loud. These things are so stop. Turn down your volume.
It's like static, like Christmas static. And it's the bells. Katie, please, did you say ukulele?
Oh, if it counts, I play the ukulele, and I used to play the organ, but I haven't been able to practice organ in a long time, so I don't know that I can play that well anymore.
Katie, at the college where you had that, you used to like scare people with that?
Oh yeah, so at the college I went to, they had a big organ, and if you
This is
pull
true.
out all the stops, like no one can tell technically that it's on. There's just like a lot of extra wind flow in there. So these tourists would walk in the chapel.
Oh no.
This is awful. These tourists are sweet, elderly people wanting to support this college.
Well, I would kind of just crouch down behind the organ And I'd wait till they got like really close up to where like the loud spot was. And I had like the loudest setting on, and I would just slam it on a really scary minor chord. And people literally, one time a lady cried and ran out, and that's the last time I ever did that because I didn't want them to hate our college.
But you did that to like your friends too. That's what I was kind of hoping you would say. It's not like random people.
Well, one
Now
time
we all know you're a horrible person.
my friend Ashley was playing the piano, and like the piano is kind of in front of the organ, and she was worshiping, like just really getting into it one day. And so there's a back panel that you can sneak to the organ with. And so I heard her singing, and I actually snuck through the back panel. I set up my phone so you could see her. And then I literally had to army crawl over to the organ, and she didn't see me because she was so into the music. And when I played that chord, she yelled and fell off of her seat and ended up like laughing and crying afterwards. But that video somehow got out. Dr. Shawnee.
And she got saved all in the same moment. She was like, Lord, take me.
But she'd like to scare people too, so it made it really enjoyable for me. Okay.
That's the real Katie, everybody.
That was who I used to be in college.
Before her life turned around.
Oh, people are actually thinking I'm mean now.
I know.
Great.
It's fine.
This is awesome. Just what I wanted.
Emmett plays the dobro. And that's it. Do you want to claim any other instruments?
Not really. I mean, I can kind of play guitar and piano and recorder. I used to play harmonica.
Do you play these?
Yeah, I can play these.
He's like, triangle, bell,
Triangle.
Cowbell.
Spoon.
ham bone.
Next common question that we get that's kind of fun is, how did Emmett join the Petersens? And we always give the floor to Emmett to talk about this story.
That's a great story.
No, you scoot in.
I'll just leave.
So a few years ago, I was mostly playing music with artists out in California, and I was getting tired of all the traveling over there to make money. So I was like, hey, I wonder if there's any way to make money here close to home. I was living in Arkansas at the time. And I had seen the Petersens advertised at like some of the places around town. So I was like, hey, they do bluegrass. I should try them. So I sent them an email and said, hey, if you're ever looking for a dobro player, let me know. And they got back to me like really quick, like that day. And Ellen said, nope, we're good.
I did not know.
Get out.
We're not hiring.
Halloween's over.
And then like three months later or something, Julianne, the youngest, went off to bluegrass camp with Karen. And so they kind of felt like they needed somebody. So they gave me a shot then. I played like 3 shows with them that week.
It was awesome.
And then they hired me back for SDC that year, and then your album release show that year too. And then the next year they asked me to come full time.
We just did not realize how much we needed Emmett on the dobro. So now we know, and I do regret sending him back that email, but it is what it is. Is this your
Shows
first
an
apology?
Yes, this is my apology.
Okay, at
I'm
that point, I am going to say that at that point, we were not making anything at all.
Yeah, we had no money.
And we were like,
I didn't know that.
yeah,
We looked very rich.
yeah, we were barely scraping on. And
Our
we're like,
Toyota
I'm not very
Avalons.
I think at
Scream
one
money.
point, Mom ran the sound for us.
Oh dear.
Julianne ran the sound. for us.
Julie, our little,
And our friend
basically what they
Jessica.
would do is just like push the volume level up and down. There was no like actual skill or thought because we just didn't know.
Yeah.
And so then Emmett came and we're like, we've got to find a way to make this work.
Well, then Emmett's dad actually volunteered. I think the sound drove him crazy so much. He's like, I will literally run your sound for free. Just let me help you.
We do pay him now.
We do.
Last week.
Ooh. Oh, very kind. Oh, where'd you go to college?
Me?
Yeah.
We
There's
all,
another question.
yeah, I think someone just said hi earlier. Ardell, I think is his name. Hello, Ardell.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Ardell watching.
We all went to College of the Ozarks. Yeah. Here in good old Branson.
6 miles from the home.
Someone said they want to see Matt dressed as Santa.
Yeah, I had a DM
Let's
on
see a picture of
Instagram.
that
Somebody
somewhere.
asked if I was going to make an appearance on this live as cousin Eddie.
Yes.
I didn't get respond to that, but
I
this
would
is
have
my
for
response.
sure dressed up as Aunt Bethany.
maybe if
Just shake a box
if you
of the
buy our live show,
We do the
maybe
live Christmas show dressed as characters.
not true.
No. Next, I did see in the comments a question. Katie, why the 5-string fiddle?
Yeah.
So I was driving through this town that has a music shop that we go to all the time, and I stop by often to kind of just look at what they have. And I guess about 4 years ago now, I went through and they had this 5-string fiddle sitting there, and I'd heard of those, but I hadn't really played one, and so I kind of just played it for a while, and it was really fun. And so I made a habit of stopping by this music store whenever I was in that area. And anyways, I guess the guy who owned the music shop, he's kind of a friend of ours too. He called my dad and he's like, hey, your daughter really likes this 5-string fiddle. And so for Christmas that year, I ended up getting it. And that's really all I've played since. I still have a 4-string. It's actually hanging on the wall over there. And I teach lessons with it because trying to teach with a 5-string is really confusing because violins technically just have 4. But it's basically an extra low C string. And so it's pretty much like a viola and a violin combined into one instrument. And yeah, it's pretty awesome. So
Big shout out to our dad for buying us all our dream instruments.
And it's like, I wish.
Still waiting. Still waiting.
Here you go.
Thanks, Dad. Next
No.
common question we get is, what is a dobro? There's a lot of people that don't know what a dobro is. Even that come to our show, they'll point at Emmett and be like, what is he playing?
like, what is
And we get a lot of YouTube comments about how he's playing his guitar wrong, which I find very entertaining. So, dobro, do you want to explain kind of what it
Do you
is?
call him Dobro? Hey, Dobro.
I guess that's me.
Topic.
So, dobro basically means guitar with a resonator in it. I don't know how else to say it, but dobro was actually the first company to make the instrument. It was the Dopielli brothers. They had a
Dobros.
yeah, no, they had a shop. I think it was in California in the 1940s or something. Started making them, but it has 6 strings like a guitar, but you tune it to open G, so you can just strum it and you get an open chord. The strings are also raised off the neck, probably like a 1/2 inch at least, just so the slide doesn't hit the neck when you're moving it around because it's pretty heavy. But otherwise, yeah, you play it flat. There's really no other trick to it.
I do think it's interesting. All of us have to touch our instrument strings with like our left hands are making the chords, but Emmett, because he has the slide, he never actually, and he has picks on his other
It's
hand.
very COVID
No
friendly.
Yeah, so he doesn't
Yeah.
have to
His
ever
Dobro
touch his
won't get the
string.
virus from him. I didn't know it was a California instrument. That makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Ardell gave a big shout out to Dad.
Oh.
That's very nice. Dad is the best.
He's probably trying to send 20 to Dad for all the
Yeah, I know.
instruments he buys.
It'll make its way to Dad.
Dad will have to buy us something else.
The bells are paid for.
They are.
We did pay for the bells.
Cheers
Cheers for the bells.
Where's the bells? I missed it.
Another common question we get in the show, and this will be the last one, is how long have we been doing shows in Branson? And this is our 10th year of doing shows in Branson. And we played for the first 5 years we did a show in Branson. 6. We just did 1 day a week. It was purely just a hobby. It was Sundays at 5 p.m. We would see each other. Sometimes that was the only time that week that I would see the rest of the family. Same for them. Matt was in high school for part of that, and then in college. And Katie and I were in college for part of that, and then I lived in Oklahoma and would travel back for just the one random Sunday night show. So we just did it as a hobby. But in 2015, we decided to go full time.
I think it was 6 because Matt was about to graduate college. I was also in England in 15.
It was my graduating year that we actually. Then in 2018 we got the full. Actually, last year was our first year of.
Like during the week shows,
right?
So I guess in 2015, Katie and I quit my regular job in 2015, but we still did work other jobs.
But you started school at MSU in 15 because that's when I went to England.
Yeah.
Because you were going to graduate the same time as I did.
Oh, that's right.
Did you guys do road dates when you were just doing one show?
Yeah, we would go to like Kansas every year.
We had
seriously, like that was our tour. Was like Kansas.
We did the prison there and churches there.
We did some theaters in Kansas.
Yeah.
We also played in Oklahoma
out as a little clown.
Yeah. Anywho,
he's out there.
Yeah.
So this is our 10th official year of doing shows in Branson, but it was a very slow progression from us doing it as a hobby and just for fun to where we are now.
We never thought we'd actually get paid for this. So we did it as a way to hang out for a long time. And God made it clear to all of us at the same time and aligned our paths at the same time to where we could actually stop everything and do full time and actually start making a little bit of an income too. So
everything that we did before like 2018, we would ask ourselves, does this sound fun? And that was like the only reason we would do something. We went to Canada and we were like,
made no money.
We made no money. We lost
toured
money.
all of Canada.
And we were like, but this sounds really fun.
We have lost money touring and
enough.
playing music a lot.
We never brought enough CDs, and they're like, you need to bring more CDs. And we're like, we just brought our like backpacks. We didn't have enough.
Having to ship back, writing down addresses on pieces of paper and trying to remember who deserved what CD.
But we did have a lot of fun.
We had a blast.
And it was fun. Like
and we still do.
We stuck with our mission statement.
I remember, Glenn, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I remember we were coming up to do our tour in Canada, and we were just excited for a great time. And we wanted to do like a little vacation beforehand, so we all like turned off our phones and went like cliff jumping into
the Black Hills.
Yeah, but anyways, the tour agent hadn't been able to get a hold of us, and he sees videos of us jumping off cliffs into the water, and he was like, your booking agent is wondering if you're still coming to Canada. Like, we'll be there.
And without any broken hands or fingers because we have shows.
That was the time in our life.
I'm gonna say that the cliff jumping, when we were like getting up there on the cliffs, some like real hillbillies of the Black Hills came out and started talking to us. And I was like, I was legitimately scared. Like, that's why I jumped, because I was like, I don't want to talk to these people.
No, same. Matt was like, we need to get off
we need to get off the mountain now. Jump. And it was like pitch black outside. It was awesome.
The Lord has been very kind to us, and we are still here, and we are very grateful.
But when we woke up at that campground, you could see George Washington's nose from Mount
No way.
Like you woke up.
The nose.
Also, we were in our van, and that night I sat by the campfire, and I was just playing my guitar, and a lady came over, and I sold her like 2 albums.
That's true, I remember that.
So my sisters come back from like the bathhouse, and they're like, "Did you just sell 2 albums?" And I'm like, "I paid $20."
So then we were like, everywhere else we went, we would just play our music by the campfire. Be like, I wonder if anybody else will ask if they can
set up our CD stand. We're like, what do you want to hear?
But we did at one other place. We played a little bit, and these people came up, and we sold them a couple CDs for like breakfast. Oh my gosh.
We did not have money to actually pay for lodging, so we would drive up in our van, and we would take a hammock, and you can split a tent site
for $15
between 4 people. So
the campsite in Weyburn, Canada, we stayed at was $6.
Yeah,
and there wasn't even a person there. I just shoved it in like this box by the door. I was like, "Here's our $6."
But also, that campsite literally was in the middle of town, and so there's all these like sketch people walking around. Anyways.
That wasn't a good
idea. Other funny road experience too with like playing music is we stopped through Boulder, Colorado.
Oh my gosh.
That's where like a lot of people had said, oh, you need a busk there, which is just street musicians. And so we showed up, and like, I guess there's this busking code where all these buskers have their spot and you can't really get into their spot. And so we were trying to find a corner to play music at. And finally this clown is like, you guys need a spot? He's like, I'll tell you what, I'll share my spot with you. I'll juggle and do tricks while you guys play. And we were like, we have no
Forever
other
regret
choice.
this.
So we did a 30-minute slot with this guy, and literally
With
while
the clown.
Ellen's yodeling, this guy did something called butt jumping, where he
Oh,
literally
no.
sits on the ground with a jump rope and starts doing this, and
Yeah.
he was literally
He
jumping
was getting
rope
like
on his
a foot off the
rear.
ground just from his rear.
Yes.
It was phenomenal.
The crowd also was huge, and our friend Austin was there videoing this. We made $300 in 30 minutes.
All
I'm
in
not even
$1
kidding.
bills.
And because we're so responsible with our money, we blew it all at the Cheesecake Factory.
No.
Right?
Yeah, we blew like half of it.
Okay, we filled up our tank with gas.
We did.
All with one. We got anywhere we went, we would go to like the cash register and we're like 71.
So sketchy, but good
The
times.
lady's like, shh.
Sterilizing all of it. Oh wow, somebody's giving us money for these stories. Oh, that's actually really sweet.
Oh
I am
Wow.
gonna say the guy.
don't-
The fact that he was jump roping on cement, I still can't get over that.
Oh,
It was one of the
Mishka,
weirdest
hi.
things
Dude,
I've
at
ever
least
She's
like
one of
throw
our
down a yoga
patrons.
mat or
Oh.
something.
No, the guy was
No,
just.
he was just.
He
Raw
says
It
his
was
goal.
impressive.
His goal in life was to tour and have the most like phenomenal musical experiences. And he goes, one of my last ones I haven't had yet is doing a performance while people yodel. And so Ellen checked that box off for him.
She sure did.
This is not true.
This
No,
is.
it's
He
true.
said that to
It's
us.
true.
I blocked that out of my
Ellen
memory.
blocks negative things from the past,
I
and
just
she
don't
doesn't
think
remember.
about it. Oh, you guys are so kind.
I
Thank
will say his
you.
final act of that show was he did one of those tricks where you stack a bunch of chairs and you have to
Little
climb
Chinese
to the
thing.
top while you're juggling fire. So he's like, play a really fast fiddle tune. This is going to be an epic thing. So we
I do
play
remember.
Orange Blossom Special, and he's climbing this, and the whole crowd, we're all just like, oh my God. It was crazy.
I'm still coming down from the high of that performance. Like Ellen's husband, they do like these awesome like tricks and like pyrotechnics during their show, and like that's the exact opposite of what we do. And I just think of the adrenaline they must get from that after experiencing that guy.
After singing
being a
something
part-
on fire,
Just being
below
a
up
part of
behind
that
her.
was huge.
Good times. Anyways, good memories of the band on the road when we had no money and performed with clowns.
Not much has changed.
Nope. Final question I did see a lot of is Julianne is still in college. She is coming home from college on the 24th. Is that true?
Yeah, I think something blew over on my porch. Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, she'll be back that Tuesday, the 24th.
and then she'll be back with us for all the Christmas shows, including the live Christmas stream that we will be doing on December 20th. So anyways, thank you all for joining us for another one of these lovely chats. So glad you've been enjoying the Christmas album. We love to see what songs you really love. If you have a particular favorite, comment below so we can see that. And if not, we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You want to play some bells?